Hi guys, Crochet and Connect here. I'm coming to you today with some acquisitions and some updates on my whips. I hope the air conditioner isn't too bothersome in the background there. It's actually suddenly gotten really hot here, and we had to put the air conditioner in yesterday, so yeah. So just a couple of updates and acquisitions here. So I am still working on the sweater for my daughter. Now I have this sweater here. Now I'm not sure, because it's kind of starting to measure out a bit smaller, I think, than what the measurements in the magazine are saying it should be, even though I went up a couple sizes in my hook and did gauge swatch and everything. But so this is what I have done so far. I have the 2 sleeves complete. I am a mess today. Okay, so I have the 2 sleeves complete. There. And I have started on the body of the sweater, so that the that's backwards. There. The 4 cables there, that's the very back of the sweater, and then these are the sides. Eventually, when you get to a certain point in the back, you attach the sleeves, but I have not got there yet. So it's actually pretty easy and pretty straightforward, except, as I mentioned, I'm having issues with the sizing. Even though I swatched and went up hook sizes and everything, I don't know what's going on. And also, in the cables, there are twist stitches. Every so often you can kind of see where it dips in for the twist, but you can't actually see the twist. In the picture you can see the twist much more clearly than on mine. I have no idea what's going on with mine. It's actually rather disappointing, because that's the thing I like most about this sweater, was like the twisty cable. And you can't really see the twist on mine. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't look bad, it just doesn't look as it should. But so yeah, so that is what I have done on that. So I'm working on that a little here and there, slowly but surely. And then also still working on the shawl. I don't know where the pattern went, but it's Chevron Shawl by Bernat. I believe it should still be on their website as well. It was from one of those free leaflets from a yarn store. I got it years ago though, so I don't know if they still have it up or not. So as you may recall, in my last video I had it done on straight needles, and I was knitting along fine, and then one night as I was knitting, I started knitting the wrong row. I should have been knitting row 3, and I started knitting the pattern for row 1. So I tried to rip it out to redo, and then I ended up dropping a whole bunch of stitches, and I just couldn't fix it, so I ripped it all out again. And then I decided to start it on circular needles, because straight needles I find really hurt my hands more than circular needles. These are much easier on my hands, they're much more flexible. Plus, the piece was getting way too long for the straight needles I was using, and it was all scrunched up and I couldn't see what I was doing. So this just works out a lot better for multiple reasons. So yeah, so I have almost 3 inches complete, and you need to keep knitting this pattern until you get to about 53 inches, I think it was, 52 and a half, something like that. So I still have a long way to go. I'm just doing like a row here and there, so it's taking me quite a while. But it's actually turning out pretty good now. I'm really getting the hang of the pattern now. It's still kind of hard to see, but it is a chevron kind of pattern. Some of the areas are kind of messed up a little bit, but I am not ripping it out again. So I think I have like the wrong stitch count on the ends. I forget which end it was, but I had like a really wrong stitch count on the end, and it was kind of weird looking, but that's okay. So yeah, so that is all I have done on that. Then a couple of weeks ago, when my husband went to Walmart, actually I think it was before I recorded my last video, but I think I forgot to show, my husband picked me up the latest issue of Crochet World, just as a little treat. And there are a number of cute things in here that I really want to make. I just have to find the right pages now. I should have bookmarked these pages so I wouldn't take forever flipping to them. I do like this child sweater in here. Although I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to it before all of my children grow out of it. But it's a pretty cute sweater. I like that. Cardigan, top-down baby cardi. I really like the look of this shoulder bag. It is called the Celtic Cable Bag. I think it's really pretty. I am not good at, I have never actually attempted to sew a lining into anything, and this would require a lining, so I don't know how well I would do with that. But I am intrigued. I may actually attempt that at some point. And I believe there was something else. Oh yes, my absolute favorite pattern in here. I love this owl pillow. It is so cute. And then the back of the pillow has a pocket, so you can stick a blanket in there, I believe. There's also a pattern for, yes, it's a blanket pocket, and there is also a pattern in here for the blanket. My children will probably be too big for the blanket by the time I get to that, so I probably won't make the blanket, but I'll probably make the pocket, and they can like shove pajamas or something in it. That would be cute if I ever get to making this, because there are so many things I want to make for my children. I don't even know. So many things, so little time. Okay, so there is that. And then I acquired some yarn recently. My father-in-law dropped by the other day with just a couple of bags of groceries for us. They picked up some, because a lot of markets and farms in the area now have a lot of rhubarb and asparagus. So my in-laws dropped off some of that, and they also dropped off some yarn from my husband's brother's wife. She knits, and she had some yarn that she decided she wasn't going to use for some reason, and she passed it on to me. Now this yarn, you may remember a few months back I showed some hanks of wool that I got from a friend who got them from a sheep farm, so they had no label or anything. And my brother's husband and his wife were there that day when our friend was giving out this yarn, so his brother's wife got some as well, and I think this is some of that yarn because it looks exactly the same. I got several in this dark blue, I believe, which I haven't used yet, but I was planning to make like a poncho or something for my daughter out of it. So the rest of it is upstairs. So I have another hank of the blue from her, and then I have a couple hanks of purple. It's actually like a really like kind of tweedy speckled kind of purple. There's some like lighter kind of speckled colors in there. I don't know what you would call that. It's not variegated. I don't know what you would call it. But yeah, so purple. And then there is a hank of yellow. This is all very obviously wool. It's like very scratchy wool. And then there are these two rolled up balls of red. I can't figure out if it's the same. I think it is the same. It does feel quite similar to it. So I think it is that yarn just rolled into balls. So I have two of those. So yeah, so that is all the yarn. So I have no idea what I'm going to do with this. Since it is wool, I'm thinking of maybe making something that I will then felt, like maybe a tote bag or something, or like a shoulder bag or purse or something, and have it felted. I actually think I do have a pattern for a bag that is felted that I got from a yarn store a long time ago on one of those little leaflets. I'll have to go look in my pattern collection. But it does sound familiar. I think I might have that. If not, I can find instructions for felting a bag online, because I have never felted anything. So that'll be something that I've actually wanted to try. So that might be what I do with that, because I have no idea what else I would do with all that wool. So yeah. So I believe that is all I had to talk about in the video today. I just wanted to do a quick video to show a few things, because I have nothing else to do. My daughter is busy playing downstairs with my husband, the baby's sleeping, and we're just hanging out, still social distancing. That has not changed. Still staying away from everybody, still wearing masks, washing our hands, still doing fine. So yeah, so just wanted to do a quick little update. So I hope everybody is doing great and enjoying the outdoors as much as you can while distancing. Our neighbors have not been doing that. We've noticed a lot of neighbors hanging out together in close proximity, and letting their children run around together. This is why we can't have nice things. But anyways, so enough of my ranting and rambling. I am going to go and maybe do some more crochet this afternoon. So I hope everybody's been having a good month, and happy crafting.